There were some other people that said, you know, because we usually know what the instruction process is going on before it. Yeah, it's determined that we'll cross. You know, I mean.
Oh, no, it's put in the last Thursday, but I haven't run out yet.
Okay.
I got that in.
Yeah.
That helps fix it, but I have to climb up on a ladder.
Well, they did.
Yes. I am.
No, we're not ready.
Okay.
Sorry.
It just made it.
Technical issues. As you can see.
It's the story of our life anymore.
Everywhere.
We don't have a lot of.
I'm okay. I mean, the presentation's okay. Rebecca?
I've got to reboot the camera.
I've got the presentation that we just can't have one up.
Be careful.
Can't we have the meeting without that?
Well, we are multitasking. This is better than the last show.
Isn't it?
There's a little red. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Such an attention.
Jeff, you can all turn your mics on.
It is.
You just press it till it turns green. No?
Yeah, well, mine went off.
Press it again.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Paula, yes, I need you to go One day I'll get all these first.
What am I doing? Home?
Yeah, home. I mean, I rebooted it. I don't know why. Oh. Well. There it is.
There goes lines. A notepad. Yeah, that's it. Go back 20 years. Yeah.
Okay. And, yeah,
Like this.
Just read it.
We said, Rita? Okay. Okay. Call the meeting to order.
This is a regular meeting and public hearing being held at the Architecture Review and Planning Board of the town of Gulfstream, Florida on Thursday, October 28th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. in the William F. Coke Jr. Commission Chambers of the Town Hall, 100 C Road, Gulfstream, Florida.
Thank you, Rita. Would you do a roll call, please?
Sure. Mr. Canfield,
Yes.
Vice Chair Murphy,
Yes.
Mrs. Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
and let the record show that also present are the town manager, Gregory Dunham, the town attorney, Edward C. Nazaro, and myself, Rita Taylor.
Thank you, Rita. You have had in advance the draft of the minutes of our meeting dated September 23rd, 2021. Do you have any suggestions, corrections, comments, et cetera?
No.
Could I have a motion to dispense with reading the minutes?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Architecture Review and Planning Board minutes of the meeting of September the 23rd, 2021.
Second.
Second that.
Thank you, Rita.
Mr. Canfield?
Yes.
Vice Chair Murphy?
Yes.
Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Thank you. Does anyone have any additions, withdrawals, deferrals, or any other arrangements to the agenda items?
No.
We have none.
Thank you. You have in front of you the future meeting dates, the two remaining this year, November 18th and December 16th. I believe Malcolm isn't going to be able to make the November 18th.
Correct.
If anybody else knows of they won't be able to attend either of those meetings, please let Rita know as soon as possible. You also have your 4 meeting dates for next year, and you may want to stick those in your calendar. Okay, we'll move to the public hearing portion. Does anyone have any ex parte communication they need to declare?
Nope.
Okay, if not, Rita, would you administer the oaths to all of those who would stand and raise your right hand that are going to speak today or may speak today?
Okay, they will. Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Make sure that Renee has all your names before you leave.
Okay, the first item on the agenda today is an application for development approval by the Little Club. I don't know who's going to do the presentation. Jess, you're going to? Okay, thank you.
Ready?
Yes, go ahead, please.
I've assumed this looks this. Are you working? Okay, great, thank you. Good morning, my name is Jess Sowards. I'm a principal with Curry Sowards Eigler Architects. And I have Carol Perez with me, who's also the landscape architect for the project. So anyway, it's a pleasure to be here this morning and present this project before you. This is the Little Club. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. Basically, here's the site plan. I'm sure you know where it is. And adjacent to the golf course and off of Little Club Road. Here's a site plan. And the existing clubhouse is shown in gray. Does this point? Perhaps.
Well,
Not
I
quite.
just don't know the laser screen.
Okay, all right. Well, what you see in the gray is the, to the top side of the parking lot is the existing clubhouse. And to the left, what you see in the kind of the salmon peachy color is the proposed new activity center. And there, it's very faint, but there's a red dashed line that sits underneath. There we go. That is where the current cart barn is. And the current cart barn is about 2,300 square feet, and it is in somewhat structural disrepair. It needs some major structural repairs to it. And so what we're doing is we're replacing that with the new activity center. The new activity center is about 4,600 square feet. So we're basically doubling the size of that existing cart barn. Well, along with that, we're going to replace the pavers. There's existing pavers out there that they use for the cart staging. So we're going to replace that. So we're going to replace those and bring a sidewalk around. So we're going to enhance the backdrop. So basically, the way this wanted to develop was we liked when you came into the parking lot and you came into the porte cochere, and this created this kind of a courtyard and this sense of arrival. And so it's just fitting that we replace that cart barn with the activity center in this location. So we are slightly larger, and the overflow parking is going to remain as is. I think we lost 2 parking spaces total when we did this, but we're also enhancing the landscaping plan as well. So I think it's a very nice project. We're going to the elevations. And please interrupt me anytime if you have any questions while we're going through these slides. And also I have some, oh, James? Oh, okay. I have brought some photos of the existing site and existing conditions. If you want to see those, we can pass those around. So this is the floor plan. Basically, it's a wellness We got some gym equipment, stretching, those kinds of things. We got a baggage area, so bag storage. We got a couple of offices for accounting, and we've got an activity room. So things like basket weaving and arts and crafts and things like that can take place there, and a couple of bathrooms. So it's very small and intimate, and I think we made it pretty efficient. So landscape plan, Carol, you want to talk about the landscape? You may want
Lower
to
this.
zero in on that.
I'm Carol Perez with AGT Land in Delray Beach, Florida. The landscape plan, we wanted to match what was already renovated over at the clubhouse, so it would feel seamless and blend right in with what was already done. So in the front, that would be on the right-hand side, on the west side, we've used Alexander palms coming up to soften the building on that side. And then on the east side, we have some coconut palms that we're planting, kind of a tropical landscape. We've used the same shrubbery that they used at the clubhouse before. So it was podocarpus, and there's some flowering bird of paradise to match the accents that they used. And then we proposed some trees also. So we have some silver buttonwoods and a Bolnesia tree, which also they used over at the clubhouse renovation as a yellow flowering tree. And on the south side, we've kept it relatively open so that there's views out to the golf course. So that'll create a nice views on that side. And that's about it, I think. You can, are the elevations show the landscape
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Okay, so you can see better when Jess shows you the elevations.
Back to these elevations, please. Yeah, so this is, these are the elevations shown without the landscaping. Everything we're doing is we're matching the existing clubhouse. Mal Associates, who did the latest construction out there at the clubhouse, is also going to be doing this project. So we're utilizing exactly the same windows they did in the latest renovation, same shutters, same roof tile. We're matching the roof slope, all the materials, a white painted stucco. It's a Bermuda style, so it was very important that we match with the existing clubhouse, because we just want it to look like it has always fit in there. If you want to go to the next one. And we'll show that in the landscaping, when we show the landscaping, but the windows looking out to the golf course, we don't have much landscaping there because we didn't want to block the views. So we're going to have treadmills, et cetera, so you can be looking out onto the golf course, but we do have low landscaping underneath those windows. So that's the windows that we're matching from the existing clubhouse. And we're also matching the soffits. We've got big overhangs. We've got the wood soffits. So we're matching all that, same tinted glazing. Okay. That's just more of a detail of those. So this is a perspective without the landscaping, and we've got brick steps, brick ramp coming up. I think it offsets the nice white, contrasting with the building. And then this is with Carol's landscaping. Okay. And another view from the parking lot. And then with the landscaping. This is a view from the golf course. And then with the landscaping. One of the things that we needed to do is the floodplain is we have to be at 7. And so the existing clubhouse is at 6. So we've had to raise this up because it is pretty low there. So the building has to sit up a little bit higher. Okay, yeah. So thank you. Any questions?
I have a question about I think it's on the east side where the air conditioning units are.
Yes.
When you plant the hedges, it looks like they cover them. When you plant them, will they already be covering?
We can make sure that, I think you have a podocarpus there that,
Yeah, it'd be the same height as, not taller
Mhm.
than the AC.
yeah. Unfortunately, the AC units need to also be above the floodplain.
Mhm.
So, yeah, but we'll make sure that the landscaping covers them at time of planting.
Okay, thank you.
You already answered one of my questions, was matching the new clubhouse. So it
Mhm.
matches structurally the full
Mhm.
front. The roof, tell me a little bit about that roof feature that you have there. Are those real windows, or is there going to be high ceilings in part of that room, or?
Yeah, the two rooms at the ends will have high cathedral ceilings in them.
Okay.
The
Will there
upper
be real
level is,
natural light coming in?
no, actually, those are louvers.
Okay.
So it's a cupola. So
Okay.
we're just giving the roof some detail.
Mhm.
That was still kind of a low scale, but it provided a little bit of interest to the building. But the louvers are not functional.
Did we have any comments from neighbors, Rita?
Yes, we had 2 comments from St. Andrews, and they were favorable.
Mhm.
And we had one from the Hillside House, which was favorable.
Good. Okay.
Those were verbal.
Okay. Any other questions? No. My final question has to do with parking. And it's something that I think can be handled upstream according to our legal counsel is that you took away 2 or 3 spaces, but I'm wondering, since you're doing this renovation, do we need to address, is there adequate parking there for the building? It has to do with maximum, Trey, can you explain that for me?
Sure, right. So you need 1 space for each 3 persons of maximum capacity of the facility is determined by its fire occupancy rating. So we can figure out what that is and see if we have any issues with needing to add spaces, and we can do that before the commission meeting, and we can talk if you wouldn't mind getting
Okay,
with staff
sure.
on that.
Absolutely.
On that point.
I know you have a lot of, Roz is hiding back there. I know you have a lot of spillover space there on the east side, but I know when you have a massive event there, I'm just wondering, if you're like at all the other clubs here, when you have a big event, there seems to be tight parking, but you're okay at your biggest event?
As I understand it, we have the right to park on our grass area
Right.
there, and that's our overflow.
Okay.
And of course, the primary use of the activity center will be from early in the morning till maybe late afternoon. And so there won't be a duplication with, say, a nighttime event.
Right.
There'll be no real usage at the activity center at night, and therefore all of that parking becomes available when we have our larger events, typically are at night.
Yeah. Okay, so the only thing I just think we'd like to recommend they address that before it hits the town or at the town.
Sure, I just wanted to ask Mr. Curtis, I mean, are you familiar if you already have a capacity rating for the clubhouse itself? I mean, you probably do. I don't know if it's,
I believe, Greg, I know that it was calculated when we did the clubhouse renovation.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't know the number off the top of my head.
Okay, but it was calculated.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were well within it.
For the clubhouse. Yeah.
And one of the things we're planning to do is to create a kind of an open lane into the grass area, if you will, so that people can go in there and park, and there won't be an issue, won't be blocked.
Right.
So just in trying to make our parking more efficient. Also, I think you may know this, but we employ a valet service to manage our parking both at the beach and here.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay, so the staff will work with
Yeah,
them
yeah.
to determine that.
Okay, anybody have any questions in the audience? No? Comments were good, Rita? Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What happens to the golf carts that are in the park?
Yeah, so it happens that along our second fairway, kind of right adjacent to the second green, we have we call it the green barn, but all of our carts are going to be relocated to that green barn.
Anyone else? Okay, if not, You have a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion, but just before I make it, can I just ask Trey, part of this motion, can we make what we were discussing about the recommendation, can we add that the consideration of the ratio of parking spaces to maximum fire capacity is considered before the commission?
Yeah,
Presentation.
you can ask that they.
Yeah, okay. Okay. In that case, I'd like to make a motion to recommend approval of a demolition permit to remove the existing cart barn of 2,280 square feet.
Second that?
Moved and seconded. Rita?
Mr. Canfield?
Yes.
Vice Chair Murphy?
Yes.
Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes.
I'd like to make another motion to recommend approval of a level 3 architectural site plan based on a finding that the construction of a new single-story activity centre of 4,625 square feet meets the minimum intent of the design manual and applicable review standards. And prior to the presentation at the next commission meeting, the parking space ratios needs to be considered in relation to the maximum fire capacity of the new construction.
Second that?
Moved and seconded. Rita?
Mr. Canfield?
Yes.
Vice Chair Murphy?
Yes.
Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, thank you.
And finally, I'd like to make a motion to recommend approval of a new landscape plan around the building with the following condition. 1, any minor modifications in the approved landscaping should be submitted to the town manager for review and approval, and any major modifications should be brought back to the ARPB for review and approval prior to the commencement of landscaping.
Second that?
Moved and seconded. Rita, please.
Mr. Canfield?
Yes.
Vice Chair Murphy?
Yes.
Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can you keep that for the record? Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Give him a sec, checking to get out here. Okay, there's just a few more items. Is there anything staff wants to bring forward to the meeting?
No, nothing
No.
new.
Board members, any comments or things? No? The public is gone. I think we're adjourned. We'll see you on
Thank you,
November 18th.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
That's a new world record.
Did we make
That was a world
it?
record.
It's almost a world record, isn't it?
The funny,
coffee might still be warm across
the funniest thing is, before I even
Oh, we
saw
may. Oh,
that,
I should have asked that. I'm
this is
sorry.
our house. Because Bob Curry, we live in Bob Curry's house. And he also designed one, which won an award over there. That is our house, the top, and the overhangs with the sun. Just look at this.
Okay, you're not here, and he's not here, so I think that Curtis Rush should be back there and Bob down
They're
there.
supposed to be flying in today.
Okay, so but these two may not be here for November 18th.
Those place Australia residents are always jet setting over the winter.
It's actually happening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Canfield, welcome to more of our normal meetings.
Yeah, right.